Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy FPL Bisco. We're here for Game Week 17's Game Week Preview. I know I've been doing a lot of AFCON stuff, but I have not forgotten where my bread is buttered. FPL is where it's at. So, before we get into the Game Week review, plans for the future, good picks that we need to look at getting, make sure you like and subscribe. Click that button down below. Let's get into it. All right, so this was my team's performance, and it wasn't the worst. So 60 was the baseline. I've got 61 points. I've always said, like, if we just hit above average for long enough, you'll finish the season quite well. And for the first time in a couple weeks, or like I've done it once in the last couple weeks, but this is another time that I've done it. 61 points, 930 points in total. It's not the worst in the world. I am again dodging clean sheets. Like wherever I turn to, it's just not happening. Aston Villa, I had spoken about them maybe a month ago. When was the time to get Aston Villa assets? It was either Aston Villa or Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have been a bit more inconsistent, and Dash, I wouldn't say Dash is getting off the hook a bit because their results aren't great, but they're good enough to keep them up if that is what they want to do. And I'm sure maybe he might be judged more on his performance in Europe, but at least they've steadied the ship enough. But there's nothing that has made me regret not investing in Nottingham Forest. They haven't done too well. But maybe I'm just in the wrong because none of my defenders have done well. Anyway, I have not kept clean sheets for so long. Arsenal not keeping clean sheets anymore, obviously with a ton of injuries. So even like, yes, Hincapié kind of is a good option, but not really. And it's such a short-term option when if the problems are in defense, getting backup defenders does not replace it. We'd have to look elsewhere, and where else would we have looked? Maybe, and I'll talk on it a bit later, Everton was a better option over the course of maybe the last couple of weeks. But then when we look at, so Aston Villa not keeping a clean sheet, Dan Burn going down, and I think he went down in like the first half an hour, 40 minutes, and he's going to be out for a while. So that's a transfer that I don't have to make because I've got Richards now. I brought Richards into the team, but it's enforced on me that I've got to do something about it. So the Arsenal defense has been underwhelming. Newcastle defense, they just haven't kept clean sheets. I don't think they've kept clean sheets for about 8 weeks. And some of them have just been careless, like they've been flying in games and just threw away, just like, okay, score one, then why not? So it just hasn't been, I don't know. I feel like nobody cares about me, my team. The clean sheets are around, but they're elsewhere. So that's enough with the defense. Ramsdale was a terrible pick. I thought it was a short punt just to get me through to the new year, and it's not. So now is the time, if ever, I'm going to get a new goalkeeper. But do I want to do the fixtures? We'll talk about those options going forward. Then we look at the midfield. So the midfield is where everybody got points, like everyone, everywhere. If you had Rodgers, if you had Saka got his 11 points, Palmer scored, Palmer's back on the score sheet again, Semenyo scored, Bruno's brought in big numbers, Casemiro scored. Who am I missing? Like the elephant in the room, Harry Wilson, big double-digit haul. So a lot of points were gotten in midfield this week. I got it wasn't a bad performance. That's why I'm like, it wasn't bad, but it just dwarfs in comparison to Morgan Rogers getting 2 on the bounce or getting 2 in a game. Like I knew that Fulham were going to come into some form. I knew Harry Wilson was taking set pieces, but I was just like, okay, it's an easy win. The value of Harry Wilson is more in that he's cheap. So it's like Morgan Rogers was last season. He's so cheap and he contributes, but I didn't expect such massive hauls from him. 2 of those assists coming from the set pieces, which is not a problem. And I'm going to criticize Saka for it, but it's the same thing. And Harry Wilson's done fantastic to be on those corners, to be a good deliverer. But I was just like, Smith Rowe should contribute. Watching the game, Smith Rowe didn't look energetic. He just scored from the corner, and that was about it. That was good enough for me. I'm not complaining, but it wasn't an inspiring performance that makes me confident that I can continue to have Smith Rowe. I do think he'll keep starting. I do think that it's not an L. I should be happy. Like I brought in a player, they scored. So why am I not happy? Because Harry Wilson got so much, but it wasn't Harry Wilson on his own. People had Harry Wilson and Rodgers. People had Harry Wilson, Rodgers, and Saka. So that's where it went wrong. Enzo gave me 3 points. So I think Chelsea kept a clean sheet. And Sanchez has kept, I think, joint most clean sheets this season. So Chelsea defenders, Sanchez has been a good option. Just so happens that when I had Sanchez, the clean sheets weren't coming. And I ran away from it. Now they're keeping clean sheets again. I'm the fool. But even Enzo had 11 defensive contributions. Now, I think Bruno Fernandes had 11 as well, but they added it back. So I'm like, oh, wow, well, they could have done it for Enzo, but maybe there wasn't enough noise. Rice, again, someone I've just said is a steady pick. I'm not too fussed about whether Rice gets 2 points, 4 points, 6 points, or 10. I know that he's capable of all of them on any given day, so I understand it. I can take that for the rest of the season personally. Saka now, 2 assists. That was my captain. So we went for a differential captain. Saka had the better fixture. Okay, what did like hooray. Every time we do that, Haaland just goes, I can score more. I can always score more. You want assists, you want goals, whatever it is, I can always do more. And he always does. So it's a loss. It was a 4 point loss. I don't regret it, but I felt really good because City played on the Sunday. You feel really, really good when they play on the Sunday, and then you've got your captaincy haul. You're like 11 points is good, but the quality of those assists, it was lucky to get. It was a goal that's gone in directly off the goalkeeper from a corner, but he's got 2 touches on it. If somebody freeze framed it, I was going to be fuming if we didn't get that assist, by the way. So, yes, he got the assist, but there were no goals scored by Arsenal players. Then we talk about the issues that, are we going to have Marino up top? Is Gyökeres really the guy? Havertz not coming back fast enough? Maybe Gabi Jesus. Now he's getting minutes. There's more options up there. I don't know. Like the Arsenal attack is not good enough. Saka does get points anyhow. He always knows how to get points. So from an FPL perspective, just like take it. But it makes me very, very nervous if the attack isn't firing that much. Saka doesn't shoot a lot. Where are we going to get points from? Like, if I keep him in my team and it's a 10 mil asset where we have other choices to look for, is this a safe place to get points? Kind of, because he's the only one that's going to do it. And Arsenal are good enough to stay in games forever. Like, nobody's going to roll over Arsenal. They're not going to concede 3 goals. I don't think they're going to concede 3 goals in a game all season. I don't see them getting blown away. And Arsenal will put up numbers. But the only person I can, like, from an eye test kind of point of view, see as a good finisher would be Trossard and Martinelli. They don't play enough minutes and they don't play well in across. They're not fixture proof. There's games that will be really good. There's games that you just know it's not going to be their game. I didn't love it. I didn't love watching it, but I love taking the points home, and that was where we got our biggest haul. So it worked out for the best. It's not a problem. It's just not ideal. Going forward, I'd need to see better. I'd like to see better performance. I like to feel comfortable. And I feel that same way about Semenyo, but I didn't watch the first half of the United Bournemouth game. So that might have skewed my opinion a bit. But I didn't feel like Semenyo was going to score another one. There was a few forward passes, I would say, like just literally forward passes that I thought maybe if somebody shot, it counts as expected assist. It counts as, oh, you've created a chance. But maybe I would have had to see the first half to say, you know what, Semenyo's a good pick going forward. But they do have some more good fixtures. So it's not like I'm going to get rid of him anytime soon. I just wasn't. I want to be confident in the performance. I don't want to just hear that you got a goal and that means I had a good pick. I'd like to watch you play, score, be threatening. So I know that this is form that's going to continue. And I didn't feel that about that all 3 of my goal scorers, whether it be Smith Rowe, Saka, or Semenyo, I didn't feel like they played well enough to get the points that they got. But they did, they got the points. So I am justified on its own, but with no support from the defense. So I've made terrible decisions defensively with not much. Haaland, of course, got his goals, but Thiago didn't play well. And then I start thinking, oh, is this a penalty issue? Brentford do get enough penalties that it shouldn't matter, but is this just a penalty scorer that I've got up top? If so, I bought him late, so I've spent about 6.9, maybe, yeah, I think it was like 6.8, 6.9 at the time. I'm going to lose money on him. This is a really expensive penalty asset. Maybe I might just go down to 1 up top. Mateta is dying for minutes. Like, I don't know if this guy can play 90 minutes again this season. He come on the Europa League or the Conference League yesterday. He's a laboured striker. He's got no energy left. And they've got so many games in such a short space of time. They've got League, they've got Arsenal in the League Cup next week. It's so many games for Crystal Palace. So I don't have Mateta that I can rely on. Gahey for sure is he gets forward and is a creator as well. Like, he's got a good amount of assists. He's got a good amount of passing range. I just can't afford him. Or maybe I should just bother off Timber. But with Munoz gone, I'm like, are they as good of a defense? There's so many doubts. But when I look forward towards my options now, I've got 3 sets of options. So number 1 is just to suffer. Let me suffer with the decisions that I've made. I've got 2 transfers left. I already made 4 last week. I don't need to make another 4 again, but I could. So I'll suffer one way or another. Do I just stay with the team that I had and let it ride out to the end of the year and just move on with a new wild card straight away and try and hit the ground running for the rest of the season? If I plan well, it should be okay. So suffering is on the table. Is that suffering is actually on the menu. I thought I was going to suffer from success. I'm just straight up suffering. Like, every week it's just Not that I am doing poorly, it's that everyone else is doing so well. Maybe because the standards are high, that we're really trying to hit this top 50K, so it's just not good enough to be in the top million. That's nowhere near, or even in the top 500,000. It's not good enough. So now I have to think: do I have to eat my crow? Do I have to lie in the, what is it, lie in the bed that I made? I made my bed. I've got to lie in it. That's one of the options. Do I suffer with the decisions that I made for a couple more weeks and stack up some transfers and go again in the new year? Do I invest in the City boys? Like, now that City are in stride, they're looking like a good team again. They're favourites every week. You don't feel like they're soft defensively. They might concede here or there, but you don't feel like people are getting the better of them. They've got that fear factor again about them. Doku's gone out injured, which means that more guaranteed minutes for players like Savinho, Cherky, Foden. Why not? If there is a time that you can justify going double up or triple on Man City assets, now's the time. And you can take big risks on it. So why not? Let's go for it. That's a good option. That's even, I wouldn't say a no-brainer, because you can always be hit with something back. And I don't want to guarantee something and then just cry about it. But if there is a time, Cherky's an amazing footballer, top of the assist charts. There's nothing really to be afraid of in that, but you just never know. So, not that you never know. Any one of the City assets are on the table. It's Cherky's injury history. That's what it is. Can I trust that he's going to be fit enough to play as long as we need him to play? Foden, however, I've got no problems with. So if you've got the money for Foden, I think Foden's a good option. Defensively, O'Reilly is like, he's cheap enough, he's good enough. Why not? I don't always trust that City will keep clean sheets somehow, but who does? I just feel like anybody can throw away a goal or a goal at any point just by bad luck. But he's got enough attacking threat that you can justify it. He's a really good defender. And yeah, there's not much competition. It's just whether or not you feel they're just going to be in a mood to play Gvardiol. But Gvardiol is also a good option. But do you think Gvardiol is always going to start? So that's the only option. The only issue with the defense is just how much roulette do you think is going to happen. But for the most part, I think O'Reilly might be someone I'm just going to actually get in my team. Ultimately, the City boys are an option. It just depending on which one you want to pick in addition to Haaland. So multiple City options. 2, Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer's back on the menu. I think he's fixture proof. So this isn't a thing of, oh, he's got good fixtures. He'll score when he feels like scoring. He could score 2, they could lose 3-2. He could score, he could assist twice, they could lose 4-2. It doesn't really matter the result of Chelsea. It's not me endorsing Chelsea as top 3 or 4 candidates, or they're gonna get back in the title race in a few weeks. It's just Cole Palmer can score anytime. He can get points in any game. And if he's back scoring, doing well, how do you want him to get a double-digit haul before investing in him? Because then the price is going to go up. So if there is a time to do it, because no one is really buying Saka like that because of the performance, so his price isn't changing as much. Palmer's price will change if he hits one good, because he just come back from injury as well. If he has one good game, his price is going to go like skyrocket. So if you want to choose at this point, if you've got the money, you've got some free transfers, maybe Palmer might be back on the menu. And this is more for my team in particular, is I need a new goalkeeper. So the only options I have are between Reus and Pickford. Now, Pickford is the more clear-cut option. Reus has the most points of all keepers this season so far. That changes, it could change any time. But Pickford has a better run of fixtures. I'll go through the run of fixtures a bit later. Reus' next 5 fixtures, they've got Brighton, Leeds, City, Spurs, Brentford. That's not the worst. That's a good like Christmas period. I can be comfortable with them the whole time. And I've wanted Reus for a long period of time. It's just better for Everton. They start with Arsenal, so it's not the best fixture to jump in on. But why not? It's at home. And Arsenal are going to have some rotation. There's risk there. It's a difficult one. Burnley and Wolves over the next 5 games is the best thing you could really ask for. And then Brentford is a pick'em game. Like Brentford can win, but why not? Everton would be the favourites, I guess. Nottingham Forest away from home, same thing. It's like it's not a fixture I'm running from. So yeah, the goalkeeper situation is a bit funny. But then I think that's it. That's the only ones I wanted to kind of go through manually. But Pickford's run of fixtures are a lot better than Reus because they play for a better team, A. Pickford is more expensive, B. And Reus is still good enough. Like when they do win, he plays really well. He'll get loads and loads of saves. He's an 8-9 point keeper. Pickford's just got an easy run. That's the only difference. But every game for Sunderland looks like a harder run because they're a lesser team on paper. So it's always going to be red fixtures, dark red fixtures. But then again, they've lost some players to the AFCON. So maybe Sunderland might not be the pick, and Everton are. Everton do keep clean sheets, and when they do, Pickford will be a good option to do so. So those are the options I've got to finish the year. All right, guys, just listen. Subscribe. That's what you could do for me. Just subscribe. I don't know if I'm going to be successful. I've given a decent amount of recommendations from what I know to be the case. You've done well so far. Like everyone that's doing better than me, shout out to you guys. Just look out for the AFCON content. It's going to be a good month for football, for the best tournament in the world. We're going to be entertained. I can't wait to watch it. It starts on Sunday, so let's just enjoy what we can. Like, subscribe. I will see you after the match week. That's the way.